Like, I think that there's so much that goes into wellness. It's what makes you feel good about you. My daughter had to talk me off the ledge and send me podcasts about like not caring about the criticism. So for anyone out there that has had hate and is going through something, like, please just remember who you are.
All right, hey guys, welcome back to the studio. We have the beautiful Angela Parretta, founder of Drenched Hot Pilates. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, first, congratulations. It's your birthday today.
It's my birthday.
Yes. Talk a little bit about that.
Drenched OC, we opened on 11/11/2022. So we're really big into the power of numbers and those angel numbers. So we opened on that day specifically for those angel ones.
We have that in common. So
Yeah.
what a beautiful story that 2022, you made a beautiful launch date out of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I love about your studio also is that you have the celebratory champagne always available for celebration.
Always available.
Yes.
We're always going to have the Vouv in the refrigerator.
Yeah, there's always something to celebrate. I love your positive attitude.
Yeah.
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 What a lucky client base you must have to come in and get to experience such a friendly vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
Pilates can be known as being stuffy or intimidating. So we like to just crush that the minute the girls walk in or the guys, and they're like, wow, this is so different. Everybody here is so nice. Our vibrations are really high. And so we just lift people up to that.
You can read the vibes fresh from your social media. I haven't even come to the studio, and you can already feel the vibe from what you present in your social media, which is amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want people to feel it just by seeing it and then come in and know that we're really what we are branding on that page.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And also your husband Scott is a partner in the business.
I can't do it without Scott.
Amazing gentleman, very friendly, yes.
He helps with everything, moving the machines, making sure the temperature is correct. If there's something broken, he's immediately there helping out. So I think that also our clients and our staff see that we're this team, we're this power couple, and we really care. So if there's a problem, it's not like we wait 5 days to fix it. Like, Scott's there. Yeah. Within I call and I open the door and he's right there.
You have amazing attention to detail.
Yeah.
And we have a mutual friend, Lisa Husher.
Love her.
Who loves you to pieces.
Yes, I love her back.
Yes. And so I love watching your social media, checking it out. You and your husband are always at amazing events. You guys love giving back.
Yes.
You were just recently at the pajama party for Kathy Hilton's event.
We were. That was fascinating. Such a good time. That's the first time I've been to her pajama party, and a great cause, helping animals. She's a big, lover of animals. So, that was such a fun night. Lots of celebrities were there. And you know what I loved about that event is hopefully the way people feel when they come into Drench.
Yeah.
Maybe a little intimidated at first, but then you get there and, oh my gosh, everybody is so nice.
Yeah.
It was from the minute I walked in, I was in the dressing room with celebrities that were like, come on, let's all just change into our pajamas.
Yeah, I saw some of the photos. You had photos with Camille Grammer,
Yes.
Denise Richards,
They Resnick, Jenny Garth.
I thought that was Jenny Garth, yeah.
And Jenny Garth looks exactly like she did on 90210.
Yeah, just like Kelly Taylor, yes.
And very sweet, and her daughter was there, and it was nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that you guys get involved in community activities and love giving back. And I think your studio is so beautiful, and it speaks to the vibes that you put out. And that's fantastic.
Thank you, yeah.
Talk a little bit about your founder's story.
Yeah, so I have been in the industry for 32 years, and I love teaching. I love what I do. I've taught at all different kinds of studios and big gyms and one-on-ones. And one day, some of my clients just said, why don't you start your own studio? And I was like, I've never really thought about it. And one of my clients was a realtor, and she said, just come with me. I want you to see one spot. So we went and we signed that lease like within the next week.
That fast.
I was like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am kind of one of those like dive in head first and not really think about how deep is the water. Like, let's just do it. So we did it. That space was about 1,100 square feet. Drenched started out as hot Pilates mat classes. And within 2 months, that studio was packed, busting at the seams.
Wow.
So luckily, right around the corner in the same strip, there was a bigger unit. So we just asked if we could move over to there. We did. And busting at the seams. I mean, I remember just like walking over bodies teaching. It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
And then hit.
Wow.
And everything was shut down.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, we've got a couple of weeks just to have a vacation.
Yep.
And then we're coming back. And then, of course, if you're in California, it took a very long time to open back up. But we weren't giving up on health and working out. So fitness was not allowed to be inside. It had to be outside. So we were in an area where we didn't have like a beautiful parking lot. And how am I going to move reformers out and in? I mean, of course, we could have done mat, but it wouldn't have been as nice.
Yeah.
So my husband, he said, let's move all the machines to our backyard.
Wow.
So we moved every machine to our backyard. My husband took our beautiful drapes that we had at the studio and put them all outside off of our deck. So we made the studio at our house.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then we got really innovative. We were like, I had a yoga instructor come and take class, and I was asking her what kind of yoga she taught. And she said that she taught paddleboard yoga. And I looked over at my pool and I said, how many paddleboards can you get in there?
Wow.
And she's like, oh, I can probably get 5. And I said, let's do it. So then we started offering paddleboard yoga in the backyard, a regular yoga in the backyard. We brought the bars from our studio to the backyard. We did it all.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is next level to open up your home to your
Yes.
client base. That really speaks to your commitment.
We called it Resort Week.
Wow.
That turned into Resort Months.
Yeah.
And then it was hard because it was like having company 6 hours a day.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do just one class. I kept my staff working. And we live in a cul-de-sac, so our neighbors were kind of not so happy with all the traffic that was coming in and out. And then my daughter at the time was in high school. Her room was upstairs where the balcony came out, and then all the classes were here. And she said, if I hear counting one more morning at 6 a.m., and I was like, I got it. We got to move back to the studio. But we did it. I was like, we are not going to stop working out during this pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, really facing the challenges of adversity, I think for anyone that had a business, I've never heard a story like this. This is a good one. This is great. I mean, I was talking with your husband, Scott, off camera. I have a nonprofit 24-hour in-home care for the special needs community.
Great.
And we faced our challenges too, even though we were essential. We had to keep going. We had to operate because it's 24-hour in-home care.
Yeah.
But we were not without our challenges either. But I had entrepreneur after entrepreneur share stories of hardships, and this is coming out on the other side. The innovation that we just shared, it's inspiring. I got the goosebumps talking about it. That's amazing.
It's 11/11.
Yes, it's 11/11. I feel it.
And it's it's funny. The universe, I feel like, never lets me down. There's ups and downs in business always. But I think having this conversation right now just reminds me that like we don't stop.
Right.
We have to figure out if there's a problem. We figure out a solution and we keep going.
I love that you're solution driven. Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. And I love your story. Our mutual friend, Lisa Hoosier, hosts the Sunshine Secret of OC. Mm-hmm. I watched your episode and you were sharing stories about, there was a story you shared about your husband's golf clubs. We'll share that story.
Right. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Well, I have always been a big believer of the other side and seeing intuitives and medians. And I was cleaning out the garage and there was this older pair of golf clubs that my husband never used. So I gave them to our assistant and said, take them to Goodwill. Like I'm sick of seeing these.
Yes.
So then a couple days later, my husband said, where are my grandfather's golf clubs? And I was like, what? He's like, those were my grandfather's. I learned to play golf off of those. They were sentimental, which I don't know why my husband and I share everything, but I had never heard this story before. I honestly thought he was just like pulling my chain.
Yeah.
I was like, no, whatever. Yeah, he went to Goodwill to try to find those gloves. Oh. He found a couple of them. Yeah. But then I went to see a medium and she said, oh, Scott, I think your grandfather is here. And I was like, he's probably like, she's the one
Yeah.
who got rid of my golf club.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you also shared another great story. It was interesting when I connected with Lisa and we chat about you all the time. She's always singing your praises. And you shared a story about a fashion show also. And we used to put on a special needs fashion show for the community when they would go. There was a large retailer that would collaborate, and so everyone that walked down the runway they had an outfit given to them, and so that got my memory cooking about the fashion show that we put on. And you told a story about the heel breaking.
Right. Yes. Well, Lisa said something was going to happen at this fashion show. I was running the whole fashion show. I wasn't walking in it, but I was doing the whole fashion show.
Yeah.
And she said, I don't know, watch the carpet, watch this. So the whole day of the event, I kept everybody that walked by, whether they were my models or caterers, I was like, watch your step, watch your step. You would think that I was like under liability there. But standing backstage, all of a sudden, one of my models' heels just broke out of nowhere. She was just standing and she kind of fell into the curtain. And I know she was embarrassed, but I was like, that's it. Lisa said this was going to happen. Now it's happened. Everybody's going to walk and be fine.
Yes.
Everyone's going to be fine. I walked in a fashion show this past weekend in the Woodlands in Texas for Make-A-Wish Foundation. And the dress that the designer had picked out for me, we all got to wear our own clothes for this. And I was like, I'm going to trip. I just felt it. I couldn't do the kick and walk. I was like, so I changed my dress at the very last minute, like literally hours before the event. I was like, I can't be Carrie Bradshaw falling on that runway.
You could envision it, right?
Yeah. And I was in my head too much about it. I was like, okay, we manifest.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I know it. Yes.
And the runway at this event was over a pool.
Oh, wow.
It's like so beautiful.
Yeah.
And my husband was like, what if you fall? And I said, well, if I fall, I'm just going to roll right into the pool and never come out.
You'd come out and it would be beautiful either way.
Start doing the back.
Yes, exactly.
Synchronized swimming.
Yes. Pool Pilates.
Right.
Yes.
Pool Pilates. All of a sudden, here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask, you've gone through adversity. I mean, you've started up multiple businesses. You have 3 locations now. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. 3 locations, two in Orange County and in Newport. They're 10 minutes away from each other. And then we just opened on Melrose, Carbondale in LA. So yeah, that's been really fun to watch.
And not without its challenges. And I always like to ask guests because, I've faced my own adversities too. And my mental health and my wellness practices are very important to me. I keep very regimented, and I know you do too. And I know that Pilates is your livelihood. It's your life. It's your passion.
Yes.
And you breathe it into everything you do. You're a shining example of entrepreneurship and sharing your gifts.
Right.
What are some of the other wellness practices that you have or that you could offer to other women in business outside of Pilates that help keep you going? Because you are a well-oiled machine.
Right. Well, of course, I think Pilates is my favorite, my go-to. I think any type of movement, because when we're moving, number one, when you're moving, you're also distracting yourself from any ailments that you have. So, and I'm not talking physical. I'm talking, we all get into our heads and we all get into that season of, maybe some depression or anxiety. So as long as we're moving, it's good for the inside, but it's just such a distraction also for what's going on here.
Yeah.
Really, and obviously I own heated studios, but the sauna is so great, biohacking, and I just feel so much clearer after I've had that nice detox and sweat. Lymphatic massage, so popular right now for so many reasons, but I love a good lymphatic massage.
Yeah.
I think that it's really important to do anything that makes you feel good. So I'm going to get my facials. I'm going to get my Botox. Yeah. I'm going to get my weekly hair blown out and my updo or whatever I'm doing that week. All those things make me feel good about me. Get a spray tan. I think that there's so much that goes into wellness. It's what makes you feel good about you. And you should not listen to anybody else.
And when you look good, you feel good.
It is true.
Yeah. And I like that you shared too that everyone goes through seasons, including you.
Yeah.
You know, you're not exempt from that.
100%. My daughter is a fitness influencer, and some of the hate that I have seen her get, like on Reddit, and I am this, I'm always like, oh well, if they're talking about you, you're relevant.
Yeah.
And, don't let that worry you. Like, there's no such thing as bad press. And I would read through the things that they would say. And of course, none of it's true.
Right.
Nobody knows how hard she works and what she has done. And I would always say, just don't read it. Just don't look at it. Like,
That is the best advice.
It is. But then it happened to me. And I couldn't step away from it. And I had to talk to my daughter had to talk me off the ledge and send me podcasts about like not caring about the criticism. Because when I opened in LA, it was so different. I think, nobody knew me in Orange County when we opened there. We were new to Newport, but within like 60 days, we were packed. We were the place to be. And the girls coming in were all just, if their vibrations weren't here, they would just leave. Like they weren't really giving like any bad reviews or, just, you can tell when somebody is like, ooh, this place is way too positive. But it's so funny in LA. We didn't get a bunch of bad reviews. That's not what I'm saying. But we got one really mean TikTok that was made about my studio. And it was the first I'd ever dealt with something like that. I was not used to it. Anybody that knows me knows that I am such a positive person. If you're going through something, I'm going to help you through it. I'm going to say things in class that are meaningful, not just for your body, but for when you walk outside those four walls. How are we facing the rest of the world after our Pilates session? And this particular girl that made this TikTok, I was so kind to her that I remember having like a good 5-minute conversation with her after class. And she sat on it. She must have scripted it because I think it was at the height that we were going viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
She jumped in and just gave this horrible review. And it was very interesting to me because I'm not used to that.
Right.
And I was like, okay, it really bothered me. I'm not going to lie. And then, I had to remember who I was and be like, okay, if somebody's trying to bring you down, that's because they can't handle that your success is so high.
Absolutely.
And if you have a hater, that's because they actually admire you so much and that you'll never be there. But it took me a couple days to pull that out. But what I loved is that my daughter is the one that like sent me a podcast. And she was like, when you're driving to LA, listen to this podcast.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that comes directly from your parenting and your mentoring.
Right, yeah.
So it's nice to
It was
have
a full circle moment.
Yes.
But what really broke my heart in that, well, one is that every time Logan, my daughter, had told me about hate that she had received, I was so like, just don't read it. Don't read it.
Right.
No one's paying more attention to that than you. Like nobody else. Everybody's going to read the comment and just like move on with their life. So then when it happened to me, and then I was like, wow, Logan, I'm sorry that I didn't like maybe say a little bit more to you motherly advice of how to like get over some hate. What I really am concerned about is that my daughter and I are both, we're positive people. We feel good about ourselves. Yeah, everybody goes again through seasons. But I was like, what about those girls, guys, humans that get hate and they are battling demons?
Exactly.
And it's hard for them to pull themselves out of it. That's what really scares me about social media because, I was like really upset. And then I was like, I know who the hell I am.
Exactly.
Who cares what this person says? But I'm really concerned about the people that can't get over it.
You can really get down a rabbit hole with that stuff. I agree. And I've experienced some hateful comments myself on my own social media.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you can get over it and you can move on, but it doesn't change that it doesn't feel good.
Right.
It doesn't feel good to hear those things about yourself.
Right. Absolutely not.
And to your point with the girl coming in and doing the TikTok on your studio, some people are just hateful people.
They are. And I was like, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're miserable. And I was so kind. The thing that was crazy is like, okay, if she was somebody that just came in and I had no interaction, but that's not me. That's not how I run my business. I'm going to say hi to you. I'm going to say, I like your outfit. I'm going to talk to you about something else.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can you be so nasty to somebody that was kind to you? Like,
you're into relationship
where-
where you're at your client, of course, yes.
Yeah.
And humans in general, it comes off. It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty genuine, I do.
right. So for anyone out there that has had hate and is going through something, like, please just remember who you are.
Yeah.
And those of you that are spreading hate, like, why?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, how old is your daughter?
So my daughter is 22.
Wow. 22.
Yeah, she's 22.
Another angel number.
I know.
Yeah, I was born on 12/22.
Oh my God.
77.
Okay.
Yes.
I like this.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, she's definitely she's an inspiration. I have 3 kids. So I have my son who is 24, has 3 degrees.
Wow.
Very, very smart. I love talking sports with him. I love talking politics with him. Like, he's that kid that just knows everything. And then my daughter, she dropped out of college because she just was blowing up on TikTok and Instagram, and she's an online fitness coach, and she just does great. I just love watching her. She makes me giggle. She's the funniest person I know. My son's funny too. He's gonna be like, Mom. we all like debate who's the funniest in the family. And then I have my stepdaughter who also is 22, and she helps out at the studio. She actually went through my certification.
Cool.
And she teaches too. So we've got an active.
Your family gives me the goosebumps. I think that you guys sound like a really tight-knit group.
Yeah.
Really supportive of each other.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
We definitely come at each other too.
Of course. Well, every family has that dynamic.
And so you guys could probably have a reality show. It'd be a viral sensation.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
And what's so cute right now is that my son is dating my studio manager. And it's funny because I think that she sees a different side of me from being the boss at the studio to where my kids are like poking fun at me and we're all like laughing and being silly. Yeah.
Well, you've got big shoulders. You can take it, right? Yeah. You've got thick skin. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to.
You have to.
And I love all the wellness points that you shared too. Sauna is a big one for me. Movement is huge. I got into, while I was experiencing all my turmoil in 2020, movement became very important to me. And I found my way into jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I love it. It was so good for me.
Yeah.
And yoga also was a thing. I'm going to have to try Pilates. So now that I'm coming back and forth, I'm obviously coming to your Melrose location.
We're going to get you on the machine. Yes.
That's going to be so fun.
Right.
I've had the best time chatting with you today.
Yeah, thank you. I had a great time too.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
And where can people find you?
Yeah, so Drenched OC on Instagram or Drenched LA. And then you can find me at Angela Parretta _.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, the beautiful Angela Parretta, follow her on all of her social handles. That's a wrap.